After spending many weeks at my new home, building the villa, setting up a defensive secure wall and mining out the ore beneath my feet, I found myself looking through a dozen chests to find a simple building block or item. My storage was a mess. It was like I had just moved into the villa, which was not far from the truth, but I felt I should have a good sort out. With tech and magic working side by side in this day and age, there were a lot of new things to think about. I decided to keep things simple, and after moving my ores, next on my list were all the building materials. And now then, welcome back to another episode of Magic Farm 3, A Druid's Tale. Welcome back. We're up to difficulty level 30 in this area now. I should really start thinking about making new locations to go to disappear from this area to stop the difficulty climbing so fast. But yeah, the scythe is proving successful in defending me against things. Already got a skill level XP of 1,498. Takes quite a bit. That's only 22%, but it still does quite a lot. The 15 attack, right, actually isn't that impressive when it comes down to adding the difficulty level from the Apocalypse mod. So I'm really going to have to get a load of quartz and things to make it even better. But before we go that far, I want to just make sure that I've got some priorities set. I've got 101 different ideas for what I want to achieve in A Druid's Tale using the Magic Farm 3. There's loads of ideas, it's just where to start. Hi Cal, how you doing? And a basic start is basic building blocks. Now, at the minute, I had, I've got these bricks being produced, and in the previous part of the series, I did a quick building of this and set it all up so that it would make clay automatically, and then cook the clay automatically and turn it into bricks, so that I could make all of these, all of these terracotta brick tile things for the place. And I also had a little setup for sand, so I could make all the sand things to do all the sandstone while I was building. Well, having all the building materials is a very useful thing, but the setup I've got at the minute leaves me with 64 stacks of cobblestone there, and I did have 64 stacks of cobblestone there as well. I think I moved that, yeah, I moved that over there. And potentially 64 stacks of gravel there, and I've got gravel there, and I've got bricks there, and bricks there. It's kind of disorganised and all over the place. So what I want to try and do today is figure out this corridor. And I've decided that this corridor is basically going to be building materials corridor. So when I get a building project, I can come along and select blocks from various barrels in order to start making building materials. And I've come up with a kind of a plan, which hopefully I can get sorted out this episode. First of all, I'm going to take the power away from everything, so it's not doing anything, it's not wasting any power. I will let it run out first. I've got a few survivalist engines down there, which I'll just leave down there for now, and figure out what we're going to do with that after. There's a few different bits and pieces that are all involved in this. We've got plenty of pulverizers and igneous extruders, and we've got furnaces, and that kind of builds all your basic building blocks, doesn't it? One of these can make stone as well as cobblestone, so long as I give it infinite water, and that's easy enough to do. So I've got all the machinery I need, and I've got all the equipment I need to make more machinery, but what I don't have is the organisation at the moment to make that look good. Okay, so I've cleaned it up, based it up, moved all the different bits around that I wanted to get out of the way, and hopefully I'm coming up with an idea of how I want to lay it out. I'm going to start with getting the Aqueous Accumulator back online. Yep, there we go. So, Aqueous Accumulator online and ready. I actually want to come out one more for barrels and things and have all the cables and stuff behind it. Yeah, so I'm going to transfer these across there as often as I need to. I've changed some of them up to sorting barrels so that they automatically get sorted out for me. I'm only going to run one of the cobblestone well, the stone gen, and I'm only going to run one of the cobble gen. But what I was thinking for the main part, and I'm still not 100% sure exactly how I'm going to run with all this, but we're going to start out anyway. And let's go with a connector here and a connector here, and then just pop some of these along here like this, just to fill it in, and then have the barrels themselves that I want on the side there. So there's a barrel that's got cobble in. Let's put the cobble there. This way, thank you. This way? No. Okay, fine. Give me this. That way. That way. Okay, that way. That way. Give me the barrel facing the way I want it to face. It's doing it that way now. I just moved these around and it was fine. Now it's a sorting barrel, it's not doing it. Normal barrel. Pick it up, turn around, place it down. It's facing me. Pick it up, turn around, place it down. It's facing me. Pick it up, place it down. It's facing me. No, it's not. It's facing the way it was originally facing. Dang it. Okay, well that's beat me on that idea. So now I'm going to have to somehow get barrels out of things. So, a little bit more complicated than I was expecting, because I was expecting those to go the right way. Let's unlock it maybe, and place it there. No, I suppose I could put stickers on to give it another facing, but that's kind of beat me. Let's see. Let's take those 10 out of there. That's it, and then break this, and just lay all the cobble in there out the way. Give me cobble. Give me all your cobble. That's it. Let's get it all gone again. There we go. Get rid. All stacks. Last little bit. There. Okay. So now I've got a sorting barrel. Yes. Now I can place it the right way. Okay. And then I can take the cobble and put it in there. Okay. And there we go. Yeah, I just skipped all of the bits and pieces, the hours spent positioning, repositioning, moving, checking, changing, doing things, figuring things out. Yeah, I've spent quite some time trying to get it to sit right in my head as much as anything else. I knew what I wanted to do, and I hadn't done it already, so the first time of building it just made it very difficult. But hopefully it's easy enough to understand, right? It's all revolving around like sorting chests like this one, okay? So as soon as I put some cobblestone in there, yeah, it's been building up previously, but there you go. Put some cobblestone in there, and yeah, there we go. So whichever chest that was out of there, yeah, and there, yeah, okay. So that's like an overflow chest. For one thing, okay? Overflow chest. So, let's start from this end and go to the other end and so on. Underneath here, I've got aqueous accumulators sorted out. And I've only got the aqueous accumulator underneath these two here. So I've got another aqueous accumulator just there. Alright? And I've got water sources at that side of it, and behind each of them. So there's two water sources keeping them constantly stocked up, right? So I've got those. And that's feeding directly into here. And we've basically got all three of these things going on. We've got cobblestone being fed in from there. It doesn't need any maintenance whatsoever. It just uses lava and water, one bucket of each, and goes forever, putting cobblestone into the sorting chest, which then has two locations. Either the cobblestone chest over here or the cobblestone chest over here. I do have two cobblestone chests, yes. Not really a big issue though, because, well, you use a lot of cobblestone, and a lot of cobblestone gets used up in this process. Then I've got this one which is just doing stone, and that, if I go up a couple, you'll see behind, just goes into another sorting chest here, which of course sorts it straight out into here. Now, I use sorting chest technology rather than a simple piping system, because that's me. That's the way I did it. Yeah, that's the way I did it. I don't really know why I didn't do an item transfer node. or item transfer duct or something like that. I decided that way just in case I want to switch it to cobblestone, right? If I need to switch it to cobblestone for any reason to have two of them running cobblestone at the same time because I need some massive amount of cobblestone, then it's going into the chest above, not straight into the barrel of stone, where of course it wouldn't be able to go, right? So it's going into the sorting chest, and that would put it straight into the cobblestone barrels. And then this one here, we've got the other igneous extruder property, the obsidian. And all I've got there is I've got a tank, which very quickly empties, by the way, extracting the liquid down into it to keep the lava full. And every time it's got a bucket of lava, it can turn it into an obsidian. It's pushing out to the right-hand side, so it goes into this sorting chest, and then that gets sorted into the whole thing. Let me just go and sleep in this bed. I've been awake for a very long time, and I had a blood red moon last night, so I couldn't sleep. And then this morning, I woke up and thought, start recording now. Difficulty level 36 already. Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So this sorting chest then is connected to the system via another sorting chest above it there. Two sorting chests in a row. Yeah, that's the only way I can get it to work. There's probably other blocks like extenders and things like that work, but I don't know what they do exactly yet, so I'll leave them alone. And then we've got a backward sorting barrel here. Now what I wanted to do was just block that off so that would be the final sort of view, the final sort of look. And that barrel touching that barrel means that they're all connected along here. And if you remember, I had one of those little sorting connectors behind there as well, just to make sure that they're touching and everything's working properly where it needs to. But in this case, I'm using the chests mostly to connect it to the bottom row. In this one, we're pulverizing cobblestone. So I've got a little system behind here which is taking from the barrel and putting into the pulverizer. Same here, taking from the barrel, putting into the pulverizer. In fact, I don't know why that's connected. It shouldn't be. So that goes into there. That's sand going into that machine, and cobblestone going into that machine. And I've got gravel just there because it's a byproduct. So it gets automatically sorted out as a byproduct into there. What we're doing is we're pulverizing cobblestone to go into the sorting chest and get sorted into there. It should pulverize it into sand and gravel, right? In here, I'm pulverizing iron, right, to do my little trick with the induction smelter. The induction smelter is being fed sand from the sand supply and pulverized iron from the pulverizer beside it, and then that shoots up into another little system which goes back around on itself. So this, I think it's 10 iron, yeah, 10 iron altogether, just constantly loops and loops and loops and loops and loops. And that then causes it to smelt and smelt and smelt and smelt and smelt. But every time it smelts with sand, there's a chance that I get slag, and the slag goes into here. Connected all up the same again, right, just like that, and that should make it look okay, yeah. The slag then goes into the sorting barrel, yeah. The sorting barrel has another, like, item duct going down, pumping it into here, and that only allows it into the top row, so it doesn't end up filling the whole thing up. Now this is dirt, water and slag. So underneath it, I've got an aqueous accumulator just down there. Yep, an aqueous accumulator just underneath it, keeping it constantly full of water. We've got a bucket in there as well, just in case. And when I put dirt into it, it will turn the dirt and the slag and the water into clay. And the clay will get put into the sorting chest, just here. Which is also very good because I just put charcoal in there. Well, I'll put some wood in there to make some charcoal because I'm burning tons of the stuff downstairs for the energy. So yeah, that's then making clay. That gets sorted out into here. I think I've got a sorting barrel behind there. Have I? Yeah, I've got a sorting barrel behind there. So yeah, that goes into there. Then that gets put up to here, right? And then I've got another feed going from there down into the furnace. So it's constantly feeding clay into the furnace and processing the clay and putting the clay into the chest, which then gets sorted out into bricks. So this side of things is constantly making bricks, and when the brick barrel is full, then this will fill the chest, I think. So I'm going to have some sort of on-off switch around here so that that can still produce clay. But I suppose if that's filled with brick already, then it doesn't need to produce clay, so we should be good. Another good bonus of this was having all the gravel and sand and clay available automated means that I could do the Tinker Smeltery stuff whenever I wanted as well. But I'm quite pleased with how that's looking at the minute as a corridor of things to come and get. I've set the machines back and I can touch the machines and do things with the machines, like add in the dirt when I need it to make more, but that basically turns the stuff off. And if this gets full of slag, then this won't be producing any more slag and so on. So we should get a backlog eventually. Eventually it should clog itself up and backlog up. And that's exactly what I want to do. Now on the other side, I don't want to do anything that requires power. And I want to have the kind of storage of things and lots of stuff and bits and pieces that, well, you kind of need when you're building, like stairs and other block types that you've made from those things. Sort of like I've got sandstone, I've got chiseled sandstone, I've got smooth sandstone, and sandstone stairs, and all those kind of things all need a kind of a home, a place to dwell, which is why I've been looking at these oak drawers from storage drawers. Now these storage drawers actually are the same thing as these storage drawers, but they have a sorting symbol on them, and the sorting symbol is similar to the refined relocation, so I'm expecting that they work together nicely, which hopefully they do. And that means that I can have some kind of sorting chest, let's say at the end here, maybe put it at the end so that I can just deposit everything at the end of such and such. I might actually do that. I might actually have a sorting chest on the end there. So when I've finished building and everything, I'll just come along here and dump all my stuff into the sorting chest, and then it sorts itself away. I think that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so we'll put that there. We'll put those two there. Seal that off. Now you've seen it. Oh, yeah, downstairs. Oh, let's put some more. Let's put some more charcoal in while I'm here. You've got some charcoal. You haven't got any charcoal. Throw some in there. It's a constant battle at the minute. I'm gonna have to come up with something for this in a bit as well. I'm thinking of doing a little automated tree farm that automatically brings charcoal into the system and just carries on feeding them. A better energy source, the same as a better lava source, tesseracts and things like that. Beaming energy and lava and liquids and all those kind of things into the system will be much better. So at some point I won't need to keep refilling that tank when I want obsidian. I can just put a tesseract feeding lava straight into the system when I've got a supply. Same with power. I can have a power plant somewhere and set all that up running so they just got power coming in from the power plant instead of a charcoal device down there. But there's only so much you need. There's only so much you need. I think I could possibly put a little tree farm just out here outside and feed it under the ground into it, and then possibly never need to worry about the power ever again. That's the ideal anyway. But for now, let's crack on with this. I wanna get on with this bit. So we've got things like crafting benches, right? And I was thinking of having some crafting benches just sort of sticking out slightly like this, or something like. It's got to be kind of similar and kind of different all at the same time. I don't want it to be too samey, if you get what I mean. I don't want it to be the same all the way around all the time, but I do want it to be kind of matching. So we're going to put stairs down there so that evens that out the same. Yeah. And then I was thinking maybe in front of the window have a crafting table and still have the windows there so I can still see out. But either side of the crafting table we can have something that goes along the lines of these oak drawers or something. So what's this? With gold nuggets around. Okay, so we'll just make the basics here. So let's get started on making some bits and pieces. I'm going to make some storage drawers. I've got plenty of that, and I've got another crafting bench there that I can place in. Sorting barrels, I'll also use sorting barrels because there'll be some things that I use lots of that I want to store en masse as well. So I have another one there, and I suppose it doesn't really matter that this one's slightly dented, broken like. So that can go there, and I can make a few more of these. Alright, I'm going to do more crafting of these chests and make some of these sorting chests and see if we can't come up with something to finish this little section off with all of the steps and slabs and things that you can make out of these things. Give me a storage space. Okay, so I'm kind of getting there. Matched up the sides so that it looks the same on both sides for symmetrical OCD-ness. Done the stones already. Sand shouldn't go in there, that's right. Sand goes in its own place. When that's full though, I may need a place over here. Let's take that out because I think I'll probably automate glass a little later down the line so that we can go there. Okay, so what have I done so far? Cobblestone and sand. Now, cobblestone, I can make cobblestone stairs and cobblestone half slabs, right? Sand and also sandstone. Sandstone can be made into 4 different things. So I've got a 4 chest there. Everything's connected up by these little sorting connectors behind here, like that. So everything's connected. So when I throw stuff into this end, it literally sorts it all out for me. So that cobblestone will disappear if I throw it in there. Right. Next thing that I wanted to do was sort out the clay. So I've got bricks and brick stairs. They're the only 2 things I can make out of the clay. So I was thinking of just having 2 drawers for those. Well, that does mean that I'm not going to need any more clay over this side. The idea of having the sand and the cobblestone over this side as well as over this side is eventually, like this here, this barrel's full. This barrel will be full, and this will keep producing cobblestone until the chest behind it is also full. So eventually this whole system will be full of cobblestone. So I need a place to dump cobblestone if I'm not using it. If I take it out there, go and work, and then come back and throw cobblestone in, it needs to go somewhere. So this will be the side that I've come to get my building materials out of first. Over here then, so we've got... Well, we've basically just got those 2 block types, so I may as well just put them in out like that. But then we've got the roofing slabs. What's the recipe for the roofing slabs again? Let's check these out. Recipe was these roof tiles. Oh yeah, just loads of bricks together makes the roof tiles. And that worked out nice and cheap for me. And I mainly have been using the flat ones. So those basically switches straight over to here. So let's put those in there like that because they're the material component. Actually, no, changed my mind. Put them right above the crafting side there, so that's where I'm crafting them from. Hey Oni, what's up? What's up? Shouting for? Stop it. I'm going to build you a stable soon, that side, and get you a mate. Or maybe a few mates, who knows. And then we've got these, which I could throw in there like that. And then roof tiles like this. Actually, I really just could put all those in like that, couldn't I? And just have roofing in there and the few blocks down there. And then what we got? We've got the potential that I'm going to use like stone bricks and things. Yeah. Yes, I see. Okay, and then let's move on to stone. We've got stone over here, cobblestone, stone. I don't need to do cobblestone again. But there are a lot of things you can do with stone, aren't there? So there's like stone slabs. So I'm going to put some stone slabs in there. You can also make the stone slabs into stone bricks. And yeah, let's do some more of that, thank you. Just what I wanted, thank you. And then I can do that type of slabs as well, so I'll throw those into there. I can do the stairs, so I can put those ones in there. And mossy stone is another option, so I can put that in there. Put those in like that. There we go. I think that's all the options with stone bricks, yeah? I think so. So then stone bricks themselves can go up there like that. Okay, I think that's mostly it. Yeah, I can't think of any more off the top of my head, but there you go. And then I've got the gravel, which should technically be in this section, but I've put cobblestone in that section instead. Could potentially just move the cobblestone over one. Do it that way. And then that's cobblestone All of that as well, thank you. And put the cobblestone in there instead. And then have the gravel ones. Now, gravel is a weird one. Recipe for these gravel blocks. 4 gravel together makes a gravel brick. The uses of gravel brick, I can mix them with stone bricks to make these gravel roads, which I've been using in the mines. So I only really need those gravel bricks once, really. I suppose if I'm using gravel as a road material out and about as well, I should have a gravel one just for dumping gravel, because this might fill up as well. So we'll just have a dumping gravel chest there. And then we've got the actual gravel roads as well. Let's get some of these together. Let's make some of those gravel roads quickly, just to do that. So we've got these gravel bricks. And then I had some of those. Yeah. 5. Should be more than I need. I only need 4, I think. 1 in each corner. Yep. And then the gravel bricks in there. Go. Get 8 gravel roads for that, and throw those into there. This is kind of how I want to structure the thing, so it's kind of working. And then I can throw these kind of things in there. We've got a mossy cobblestone. Where's that going to go? I don't really want mossy cobblestone up there. I'm never going to get that much mossy cobblestone, am I? I might use a lot more of the slabs, though. These little decisions are sent to try me. I wanted it to look right, but I also want to give it some things to store away. I don't want to have too many of these kind of things, and I don't mind having mass amounts of these kind of things. So, well, let's just put mossy stone in there for now. I can always change it later, can't I? And then I've got the other stone which can go over that side. Okay, so you get the idea. That's generally the idea. Now, I also wanted to just sort of cap it off slightly. Now, I might. Let's take those and those. I might think about doing something like this above it. But that might look a bit too boring and wishy-washy. Yeah, it doesn't pop out, does it? It's either that, or we do it upside down, or something like that. Maybe come out one. That was another option, was to come out one to give it kind of a archway. Maybe. Give it kind of an archway. Let's try oak stairs and give it an archway kind of like this. Oh, come on, don't place blocks badly for me. There we go, throw those away. Yeah, kind of like this all the way down, just to arch it off a bit. I've got plenty of lighting in there, so it shouldn't affect too much in there. There we go, and same this side. I do need to get to that barrel every now and again. Well, I do need to get to the lava every now and again, though, and I want obsidian making, but that's not very often, so I could always go and just do that when I need to, rather than have it all the way. Tesseract eventually will do the job for me all the time. So, yeah, that's not too bad. I can imagine that coming all the way down here. That's not too bad. Being held up by this ceiling and having kind of an airy feel about it up there. Maybe. Yeah, that kind of works. Kinda works. I might play around with it a little bit more. It may be different the next time you see it. But that's essentially what I'm going for. Well, that's it. That's all we got time for. Thank you for watching another episode of Magic Farm 3, A Druid's Tale. I've kind of finished off this end, as you can see. Just done a little bit of finishing touches to it, just to round it off so that it's the beginning of the tunnel out to the other side. And hopefully this will look pretty good to you guys. I may mess around with the flooring a little bit, but the flooring's down and the flooring's okay at the minute, so we should be okay. But I kind of like what we've done here today. I needed a better storage. I was living out of double chests in the basement, which was like no floor, grass and stone and all sorts of stuff. I needed a place to store all my things and a quick way to throw the building materials back into the system and restore it as fast as possible. I think I've come up with a good solution. A fairly low-tech solution, because I haven't got anything like applied energistics and things like that in this pack. So hopefully the storage drawers and sorting system from refined relocation sits well with you guys. I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. Another day done. Thanks for watching. See you next episode.